Meg. Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome back. And we're going to start reading Vidagdha-mādhava. Hare Krishna. And first we're going to offer our respects. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prasatsa Desha Tarine Adadanastiram Dante Ridam Yacha Puna Puna Srimad Rupam Mahamboje Rajuham Shambhave Bhave Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Anybody memorized the second to last verse of Vidagdha-mādhava? Chiradasha matram tvai virachayantas diyadyo. No. Vidaduri vasha madhuri ragavira madhura pure dadana kaishore vayasisakitam gokulapate prapadyetas tesham parichayam bhavacham nayanayo. There is an introduction here. Should I read it? Now, it'll probably explain, but originally this was one book, one play, one book. And because Vidagdha-mādhava is about Vrindavan pastimes, and Lalita-mādhava is Dwarka pastimes, or Vrindavan too. Because so Vidagdha-mādhava comes first, and then comes Lalita-mādhava. And Vidagdha-mādhava is really more about Milan, or meeting, and Vidagdha-mādhava and Lalita-mādhava is about separation. So Vipralamba and Sambhoga and Vipralamba, these are dynamic, eternal dynamic, and the separation, like Shakespeare said, parting is such sweet sorrow until we meet the morrow. So parting is such sweet sorrow. That's Romeo and Juliet. So separation, and it goes on eternally, and it keeps the meeting fresh, and the association fresh, and adds a real dynamic sphere. And separation, there are four types. One is when Krishna goes out during the day and in Vrindavan, and then he comes back. So it's just a shorter separation. And then a longer separation is when, well, the very long separation is when Krishna leaves and goes to Mathura and Dwarka. The third, now I just forget, and the fourth is separation, that even though they're together, they actually don't see each other, and so they consider that they're actually separated. So that's called, what's it called? I hear people on the internet saying it, but no one hears. Huh? Prema Vaicitya. Prema Vaicitya, yes. So these are different types of separation. And you'll find them in CC, listed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, but this is more about meeting, and Lalita-mādhava, that was about separation, and all the different dynamics. First, Krishna goes to Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani commits suicide, then she appears as Satyabhama, she feels separation from Krishna, now she's in Dwarka, then finally she meets him, but Rukmini always keeps separating, being the cause of separation, and then finally, of course, everybody Madhuryena samarpayat. This is the, just like in the Greek tragedy. Greek tragedy is a sort of a standard form of drama where it just ends. Generally, it ends in everybody dying or killing themselves. But there's no such thing in Vedic drama. Everything must end in transcendental bliss. Madhuryena samarpayat. So, this is Purna Pragya Prabhu, who's writing this introduction. Very, very prolific, translating different books. And we have Kushakrata Prabhu is the first, and Banu Maharaj, and I think those are the three main devotees who are working on translations. And there was my god brother, lives in Vrindavan. In his purport to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada explained, quote, the Vidagdha-mādhava is a drama of Lord Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Srila Rupa Goswami finished this book in the year 1454 Shakabda, which is 1532. The first part of this drama is called Venunada Vilas, the second part Manmata Lekha, the third part Radha Sangha, the fourth part Venu Harana, the fifth part Radha Prasadana, the sixth part Sharad Bihara, and the seventh and last part Gauri Vihara. In Bhadravan. In the Gorganadesh Dipika, Sri Rupa Goswami is described to be the gopi named Sri Rupa Manjari. In the Bhakti Tat Ratnakar, there is a list of the books Sri Rupa Goswami compiled. Of all his books, the following 16 are very popular amongst Vaishnavas, which means that Vaishnavas read them. Hamsaduta, Uddhav Sandesh, Krishna Janma Titi Vidhi. I don't have that. 4 and 5. Radha Krishna Ganodesh Dipika, there's Brihat and Lagu. Stavamala, Vidagdha-mādhava, Lalita-mādhava, Dana Keli Kamudi, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This is the most celebrated book by Sri Rupa Goswami. Ujjvala Nilamani, Akhyata Chandrika, Mathura Mahima, Pajavali, Nataka Chandrika, and Lagu Bhagavatamrita. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is nicely described how Srila Rupa Goswami came to write Lalita-mādhava and Vidagdha-mādhava. After being instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Prayag, Sri Rupa Goswami had gone to Vrindavan. Then Later on, as he journeyed to Bengal along with his brother Anupam, he began to compose a drama about Lord Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Anupam died in Bengal, and so Sri Rupa Goswami could not accompany the devotees to Jagannath Puri. After the delay due to the death of his brother, as Srila Rupa Goswami traveled to see Lord Chaitanya, he came to a village known as Satyabhampura in the Cuttack district of Orissa. While resting in Satyabhampura, he dreamed that a celestial beautiful woman came before him and very mercifully gave him the following order. "Write a separate drama about me," she said. "By my mercy, it will be extraordinarily beautiful." Well, we already read that. After having this dream, Srila Rupa Goswami considered, "It is the order of Satyabhama that I write a separate drama for her. I have brought together in one work all the pastimes performed by Lord Krishna in Vrindavan and in Dwarka. Now I shall have to divide them into two dramas." Absorbed in these thoughts, Srila Rupa Goswami came to Jagannath Puri, where he stayed with Haridas Thakur. After seeing the Upalabhoga ceremony at the Jagannath temple, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would regularly come to see Haridas every day. Thus, it so happened that just after Srila Rupa Goswami's arrival, the Lord came there. When do we go to Jagannath? But this is big or small? The next day, Lord Chaitanya introduced Srila Rupa Goswami to all the devotees. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Advaitacharya and Nityananda Prabhu, "You should both show your mercy wholeheartedly to Rupa Goswami. May Rupa Goswami, by your mercy, become so powerful that he will be able to describe the transcendental mellows of devotional service." Thus Rupa Goswami became the object of love and affection for all the devotees of the Lord, including those who came from Bengal and those who resided in Orissa. One day thereafter, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Srila Rupa Goswami, the omniscient Lord spoke as follows: "Do not try to take Krishna out of Vrindavan, for he does not go anywhere else at any time. The Krishna known as Yadu Kumar is Vasudeva Krishna. He is different from the Krishna who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Yadu Kumar Krishna manifests his pastimes in the cities of Mathura and Dwarka, but Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, never at any time leaves Vrindavan." After saying this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to perform his noontime duties, leaving Srila Rupa Goswami somewhat surprised. "Satyabhama ordered me to write two different dramas," he thought. "Now I understand that this order has been confirmed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Formerly I wrote the two dramas as one composition. Now I shall divide it and describe the incidents in two separate works. I shall write two separate invocations of good fortune and two different introductions. Let me think deeply about the matter and then describe two different sets of incidents." These two books are Vidagdha-mādhava and Lalita-mādhava. The Vidagdha-mādhava describes pastimes in Vrindavan, and Lalita-mādhava describes pastimes in Dwarka and Mathura. After the 4 months of Chaturmasya, Shravana, Bhadra, Ashwin, and Kartik, all the Vaishnavas of Bengal returned to their homes, but Sri Rupa Goswami remained in Jagannath Puri under the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One day, while Rupa Goswami was writing his book, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly appeared. As soon as Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami saw the Lord coming, they both stood up and then fell down to offer him the respectful obeisances. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them both and then sat down. The Lord inquired, "What kind of book are you writing?" He held up a palm leaf that was a page of the manuscript, and when he saw the fine handwriting, his mind was very pleased. Thus, being pleased, the Lord praised the writing by saying, "The handwriting of Rupa Goswami is just like rows of pearls." While reading the manuscript, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw a verse on that page, and as soon as he read it, he was overwhelmed by ecstatic love. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables of Krishna has produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. Who knows? Tunde, Tundavadi, Ratim, Vitanati, Tundavadi. No?
Just heard it.
Huh?
Haven't memorized it, just heard it.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted this verse, Haridas Thakur, upon hearing the vibration, became jubilant and began to dance while praising its meaning. Prabhupada uses this word jubilant a lot. It doesn't really exist. I mean, it existed, but it's a real sort of archaic word that we don't use nowadays. One has to learn about the beauty and transcendental position of the holy names of the Lord by hearing the real scriptures from the mouths of devotees. Nowhere else can one hear of the sweetness of the Lord's holy name. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Haridas and Rupa Goswami and left for the seaside to perform his new time duties. On the next day, after visiting the temple of Jagannath as usual, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Roy, and Swarup-Damodar. They all went together to Rupa Goswami, and on the way the Lord greatly praised his qualities. When Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami saw that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come with his intimate devotees, they both immediately fell down like logs and offered prayer to their lotus feet. After being seated, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Rupa, please recite that verse from your mouth, which upon being heard makes all people's unhappiness and lamentation go away." When the Lord persisted in asking this again and again, Rupa Goswami recited that verse about the holy names of the Lord. When all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially Sri Ramananda Roy, heard this verse, they were all filled with transcendental bliss and were struck with wonder. Because Ramananda Roy was especially expert in drama, and he had written at least this Jagannath Vallabha Nataka, which is quoted quite often in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And so Lord Chaitanya wanted to see how he was going to react. Everyone admitted that although they had heard many statements glorifying the holy name of the Lord, they had never heard such sweet descriptions as those of Rupa Goswami. Ramananda Roy inquired, "What kind of drama are you writing? We can understand that it is a mine of conclusive statements." Swarup Damodar replied, he wanted to compose a drama about the pastime of Lord Krishna. He planned to describe in one book both the pastimes of Vrindavan and those of Dwarka and Mathura. He began it in that way, but now, following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has divided it in two and is writing two plays, one concerning the pastimes of Mathura and Dwarka, and the other concerning the pastimes of Vrindavan. The two plays are called Vidagdha-mādhava and Lalita-mādhava. Both of them wonderfully describe ecstatic, emotional, love of God. Srila Prabhupada, in a purport to Chaitanya Charitamrita, has described the importance of this book, Vidagdha-mādhava. In the beginning, one should very regularly chant Sri Gaurasundar's holy name and then chant the holy name of Lord Nityananda. Thus, one's heart will be cleansed of impure desires for material enjoyment. Then one can approach Vrindavan Dham to worship Lord Krishna. Unless one is favored by Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, there is no need to go to Vrindavan, for unless one's mind is purified, he cannot see Vrindavan, even if he goes there. Actually, going to Vrindavan involves taking shelter of the 6 Goswamis by reading Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Vidagdha-mādhava, Lalita-mādhava, and other books that they have given. In this way, one can understand the transcendental loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Kabe hamabujaba sheyugala piriti. The conjugal love between Radha and Krishna is not an ordinary human affair, it is fully transcendental. In order to understand Radha and Krishna, worship them and engage in their loving service, one must be guided by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and the 6 Goswamis, Lord Chaitanya's direct disciples. So you can see how Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing that devotees must read the books of the Goswamis. This idea that, we shouldn't read any other books and the only books we should read are Srila Prabhupada's books. Well, if you read Prabhupada's books, then that's not what Prabhupada says. So, yes, we should be reading these books. Where is he? It must be said, however, that this book should only be read by those who are seriously trying to advance in Krishna consciousness under the direction of Srila Prabhupada. It is a great blunder to read Vidagdha-mādhava and consider the loving exchanges between Lord Krishna and the gopis to be similar to the so-called loving affairs between men and women in this material world. This is nicely understood by reading the following conversation that took place in 1977 between Srila Prabhupada and some of his disciples. Prabhupada, introducing a study book in higher colleges, universities, textbooks, then it will be, what is the use, so-called scholars, having a satsandarbha? And this has been a failure. Our one godbrother, he did. Simply he printed. It was not sold, and then it was mishandled, distributed like anything. Harishori, what was that? Prabhupada, that Ananta Vasudev, my godbrother, he printed so many Goswami literature, but he was not successful. Satsvarup. Even when I went to the convention in America, one convention, this woman, professor, they were all excited. She has just translated Vidagdha-mādhava, but she had no understanding. She was talking about what the rasa is and Radharani, but it's all like psychology or sex literature. Prabhupada, that's all. They say sex, religion. Religious perfection through sex. That is their idea. That Rajneesh is doing that. Rajneesh. Harisori, yes. Satsurup, oh yes. Prabhupada, and Freud also. Harisori, all of them. Prabhupada, ha hanta, vishabhakshana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this sex is the most dangerous, more dangerous than drinking poison for persons who are going to advance in spiritual understanding. And they are talking, sex is the way of perfection. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, ha hanta, vishabhakshana apyasadhu. If one takes poison, that is criminal. So this sex indulgence in devotional life is more dangerous than poison taking, criminality. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. But the Sahajas, they are taking that through sex their life. They are taking that through sex their life. What Goswami, Jayadev Goswami, Chandidas, Jayadev Goswami, Chandidas, they read and they say, oh, through sex one can achieve the highest. They publicly say in Vrindavan, I'm Krishna and Parakiya Ras. You have to select one woman who is not your wife, kept wife, Parakiya. I was one of my god brothers who left this God a long, long time ago. And I either saw a video or I read where he was talking about just this. I mean, I was shocked, but he was saying how if you closely study the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and so on, then the whole point is that to become really to follow and to follow and become sort of one and appreciate the mood of Radha and Krishna, then man takes the role of Krishna and the woman takes the role of Radha, and they have sex. And this is a very learned scholar. So it's going on. Hari sorry. I've seen one man, he comes sometimes to our temple dressed as a woman. Prabhupada, yes, Saki Beki. Hari Shori, yes, I've seen him a few times. Prabhupada, Saki Beki. There are so many Apasampradayas, 13 at least, in the counting of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Ao, Bal, Kartabad, Janeda, Darave, Shoshani, Shahaja Shaki Beki. This Shaki Beki, Smarta, Jat Goshani, Ativadi, Chadudari, Gauranga Nagari. These 13, 14 Apasampradayas. They are passing as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sampradaya, but they're the worst, rejected. Srila Prabhupada repeatedly taught us that the attraction that a man or woman feels for the opposite sex is a perverted reflection of the original love we all have for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here in Vidagdha-mādhava we experience pure love, devoid of all the inebriety that is found in mundane so-called love. So long as we hope against hope to experience such love in our mundane relationships, so long we will remain disappointed and frustrated. Although filled with bitter experience, we can take hope from this great literature that there is a realm of pure love far beyond this material world. For that reason, our aim should be to go back home, back to Godhead, as Srila Prabhupada always said. Purna Pragya Das. So we start off with Act 1, and there's the Prastavana, which is the prologue. And then we have the introduction. But anyway, here's the prologue. This is verse, I don't know, but Shudhanam Chandrinam Madhurimon Madadamani Dathana Radhari Pranaya Ganasharer Surabitam Samantat Santa Podgama Vishama Shamshara Sharani Pranitam Te Trishtam Haratulila Shikarini. May the pastimes of Sri Krishna reduce the miseries existing in the material world and nullify all unwanted desires. The pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are like Shikarini, a blend of yogurt and sugar candy. They overpower the pride of even the nectar produced on the moon, for they distribute the sweet fragrance of the concentrated loving affairs of Srimati Radharani and the gopis. Then, Anarpitam charim chirat karinavatirnakalo, who knows? Some arpaitam, no one knows? You know. Yeah. I mean, in the little prayer book, it's there as well as other verses, and it's something that I wrote that when I get up in the morning. If I get up at the right time, then I say the whole thing. I know it off by heart, so all the verses. And that's something that devotees can do. If you do it on a regular basis, you memorize it, and then you get up and you just say it while you're getting up and cleaning and going to the bathroom and dressing and so on, and you just repeat the prayers. It's better than spacing out. So, yes, devotees. Anarpitam charim chirat karinavatir nakalo samapayitam anutojvalarasasva bhakti shriyam hari purata sundara juti kadamba sandipita sadaridda ekandare spurato va satchinandana. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He is descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. This verse appears in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 1.4 and 3.4. In his commentaries to Vidagdha-mādhava, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks, Mahaprabhu spurtim bina rasashvadananu papater iti bhava. Without the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one cannot describe the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami said, Vayushmakaridaya guyam satchinandano hari pakshe singhas puratu. May Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is exactly like a lion that kills all the elephants of desire, be awakened within everyone's heart, for by his merciful blessings one can understand the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. Who has that little prayer book? I mean, almost everybody has it. You don't have? What happened? Well, we've got them here. Do we have them? We've still got no more prayer book. No, actually, I think we're out of it's out of print. Anyway, but what's it for? To learn the prayers, and it's a very wonderful exercise. It's part of our Nava Anga Bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Prayers, offering prayers. So I'm sure you offer prayers, and then you offer your own prayers and offer the prayers of previous acharyas as well. So tomorrow I go to Niranjan Maharaj, Tuesday, so we continue Wednesday. And look forward to seeing everybody out on the internet. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol.